Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another banger video. Today we're going to talk about Warzone Mobile and its current situation. As you all know, Warzone Mobile is a popular battle royale game that is now available on mobile platforms. However, some recent updates have confused a lot of players. In today's video, we'll be understanding who is working on the game and why the arrival of new content may be difficult at the moment. It's a game that's close to the hearts of many, and the uncertainty around its future content is something that has everyone talking. Development team situation. As we all know, after launching Warzone Mobile, several updates have been released. However, it has recently come to light that the game is being worked on by a small team. This team is focusing on optimizing the game, which means their main goal is to improve the game's performance, such as fixing lags, enhancing stability, and removing bugs. It's not an easy job, and the pressure is real for the team, especially with such a dedicated fan base waiting for new content. In this situation, when the team is small and lacks extensive resources, the addition of new features and content can be quite slow. Optimizing a game is a very complex task, and when the team is solely focused on optimization, the development of new skins, weapons, and maps can naturally be delayed. Why new content is difficult to add right now. You might be wondering, if Warzone Mobile is such a popular game, then what's the problem with adding new content? Well, when a game is in the process of optimization, the development team has to focus more on technical issues. If performance issues aren't resolved, adding new content can negatively affect the game's stability. That's why new updates and content have been delayed for now, to first improve the game's performance. When it comes to new content, it's essential for developers to prioritize the game's stability and performance. This ensures that when new content is added, it will run smoothly and provide players with a better experience. Think of it as fixing the foundation before building on it. Stability first, content later. Unsupported devices? Question. Another common question is whether unsupported devices will be supported in the future. This is a question that many people have in mind, especially those who want to play the game on their devices, but unfortunately, their device is unsupported. And trust me, I can feel the frustration of not being able to join in on the action because of device limitations. It's something that many players are going through. You need to understand that a game's support depends directly on the device's specifications and capabilities. If your device is unsupported, it means that the hardware or software of your device isn't sufficient to run the game. This doesn't mean that developers are ignoring users, but it's more about technical limitations. It's also important to note that for the game to run smoothly, developers need to provide a high performance and stable experience. If the game isn't running properly on a particular device, it may be difficult to support it. When we talk in more detail about low-end devices, earlier versions, especially version 3.10, supported these devices well. In that version, the game was much lighter and ran smoothly even on low-end devices. However, when the Black Ops 6 BO6 integration update was made, the process was modified by the developers, which led to the game being limited to high-end devices. Performance was optimized for high-end devices, which made it a challenge for low-end devices. After the Black Ops 6 integration update, the goal was to make the performance smooth for high-end devices, but this update made it difficult for low-end devices to be supported. As a result, low-end devices are no longer supported properly. Currently, running Warzone Mobile on low-end devices is a challenge, and if the game is to provide a better experience, high-end devices are required. However, if the game is further optimized, there may be some improvements that could help provide better support for low-end devices. I know it's not ideal, but there's hope yet, and I'm sure the developers are trying their best to make things better for everyone. So far, developers haven't made any official statement on whether these unsupported devices will be supported in the future. However, it can be hoped that once the game is fully optimized, future updates may bring support for additional devices, but at this time, it's hard to say whether unsupported devices will receive support again or not. So friends, by now, you should have an idea of why new content is difficult to add in the current situation of Warzone Mobile. The small team, optimization work, and the game's performance, these are the factors that are affecting future updates. We hope that once the game is optimized, developers will release new content and features soon. It's a journey, and we're all in it together, hoping for the best. What do you think? Do you think new updates are necessary for Warzone Mobile? And if your device is unsupported, do you expect to get support in the future? Please share your feedback.